In 1984, a single glance in a police lineup changed Ronald Cotton's life forever. An eyewitness was certain he was guilty, and so were the cops. But that certainty locked away the wrong man for 11 years. How do confident authorities, seemingly solid evidence, and one simple mistake combine to destroy an innocent life? The answer begins with the snap decision that triggered everything. 3 days after the attack in Burlington, North Carolina, detectives arrived at Jennifer Thompson's door with a stack of photographs. 6 faces stared up from the table. Among them was Ronald Cotton, selected for his resemblance to a police sketch. The officer urged her to choose. She hesitated, then pointed to Cotton's photo and said, "I think this is him." The detective pressed for certainty. Under that pressure, her answer hardened. Cotton's name was circled. The wheels of justice began to turn, and a sense of certainty took hold. Soon after, police set up a live lineup at the station. Cotton stood behind the glass, surrounded by men chosen as fillers. Some matched the description, others did not. Thompson recognized him again, this time with more confidence. Officers reassured her, saying she had done well. That official confirmation only deepened her belief. In 1984, there were no safeguards like double-blind administration or warnings that the real perpetrator might not even be present. The process was fast, the atmosphere tense. Within hours, Cotton was arrested. The paperwork moved quickly, police reports filed, charges drafted, and a case number assigned. For Ronald Cotton, everything changed in the space of a single afternoon. The legal system had found its suspect, and it would not look back. 11 years passed behind prison walls before Ronald Cotton's case found its way back to the lab. In 1995, advances in DNA testing finally offered a tool that had not existed at the time of his conviction. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation received the preserved evidence. Technicians extracted genetic material from the crime scene and compared it to Cotton's DNA profile. The result was absolute. Ronald Cotton was excluded. The DNA belonged to Bobby Poole, a man already serving time for similar assaults. This single report unraveled years of courtroom certainty and eyewitness confidence. The same document that once condemned Cotton now became his path to freedom. On June 30, 1995, the court vacated his conviction. Cotton walked out of Alamance County Jail, a free man at last. He had missed 11 years of birthdays, holidays, and ordinary days with his family. For Jennifer Thompson, the news was shattering. Her memory, so vivid and certain, had failed her. For Cotton, release brought relief, but also the weight of lost years. The DNA report did not just clear his name, it forced everyone involved to confront the limits of memory and the power of scientific truth. Inside the precinct, the clock ticked past midnight. 5 teenagers sat alone in windowless rooms, each separated from the others. Detectives cycled through, repeating questions, raising their voices, then lowering them to a whisper. Hours dragged on. Promises of going home dangled in front of them, then vanished. Some were threatened with more severe charges if they did not cooperate. No lawyers appeared. Parents were kept at a distance or brought in only after confessions had already been shaped. Fatigue set in. Eyelids heavy. Thoughts clouded. After more than 20 hours, the boys signed statements they did not fully understand. Their words, twisted by exhaustion and fear, became the centerpiece of the case against them. For these teenagers, the pressure was relentless and the escape non-existent. In 2002, 13 years after the Central Park jogger case gripped New York, Matias Reyes stepped forward from his prison cell and confessed to the attack. He described details only the real perpetrator could know. Investigators sent the preserved evidence to the lab. The DNA matched Reyes, with no trace of the 5 teenagers convicted years before. Manhattan's district attorney filed a motion to vacate all convictions. In a single hearing, the judge overturned every charge. The courtroom, packed with reporters and family members, watched as the record was wiped clean. The boys, now grown men, were finally free, cleared not by opinion or apology, but by science, and the words of the man who had done it. Inside the Alabama courtroom in 1985, a state ballistics expert took the stand and spoke with absolute confidence. He told the jury that bullets recovered from both murder scenes could be matched to the exclusion of all other firearms to Anthony Ray Hinton's revolver. The language left no room for doubt. There was no mention of error rates or the limits of the science, just the expert's calm assurance. Jurors listened as the technical terms and charts seemed to transform suspicion into certainty. When the verdict was read, Hinton was sentenced to death. To those in the gallery, the testimony of a scientist had sounded final, almost mathematical. For years, no one questioned the authority behind those words. In 2015, independent experts re-examined the bullets from Anthony Ray Hinton's case. Using modern ballistics analysis, 3 separate laboratories found no match to his revolver. The court ordered Hinton's release. After 30 years, he stepped out of prison, cleared by science that proved what the old tests could not. Every year, over 20,000 Americans are exonerated after wrongful arrests. When certainty replaces scrutiny, justice grows fragile. Anyone could be next. The question is, who's watching the watchers?